Part. Nice to finally meet you in person.
Yeah, definitely.
Excited. Yeah. So I like to set these meetings just as an extension of our first conversation. And so it gives me a great opportunity to learn a little bit more about your business. And then from that initial conversation, I can tell that FreshBooks can be a very good fit for your business. And so I want to give you the opportunity to learn a little bit more about FreshBooks and how we can help you specifically. And then if you have any questions throughout the presentation or after the presentation or the discussion, then please just stop me and ask a question.
Yeah, for sure.
So I always like to ask, why you got into business. And I ask that to small business owners, and I never hear them say it's because we want to manage accounting functions.
Yeah.
FreshBooks is exclusively created for small business organizations, just like yourself. And the areas that we focus in is invoicing, time tracking, expense tracking, and then reporting, simple reporting. So of those 4 areas, what's giving you and your business the most difficulty?
I'd say right now for sure invoicing, and time tracking. Yeah.
So let's start with invoicing. What's your invoicing process right now?
For invoicing, my biggest issue, I'd say, I'll go out and I'll meet a lot of people, and then I'll write down on my booklet what I've done. But when I get home at the end of the day, I got my template in Microsoft Word.
Right.
I'll put it in there, and then I'll send it out to them.
Okay.
And hopefully they'll pay me.
Hopefully they'll pay you.
What
do you mean by that?
Well, generally they do typically, but
Okay.
there are some clients where I gotta chase them around, and it's
Okay. So there's 2 ways that FreshBooks can help you with this. What we're going to do is simplify and automate. And so simplifying your invoicing system, I see that you have your mobile phone there. The FreshBooks mobile app is going to become your best friend. And so when you're done that meeting with the client, instead of waiting until you get home where you have 5 invoices to create, you can get in your car, you can get onto the Uber, and on your way to the next meeting, create the invoice and send it straight to your client online. They can also pay it online. And so instead of sending that email out, waiting for them to send a check back in the mail, or meeting them again in another month or so to give them the Square payments or redo credit card, they can just pay with their credit card straight online, which translates into getting paid about 14 days faster.
okay.
Do you see how that can help you?
Yeah.
Absolutely, good. So then you also mentioned tracking. What's your tracking process?
My time right now, what I do is, again, I have my book,
Yeah.
and then go through the whole day. I'll meet 4 or 5 clients in a day. In the morning, it's tough for me to remember what I had done, so I'll have some strategy meetings with some executives, and then in the afternoon, maybe some financial discussions with them as well.
Okay.
But then at the end of the day, I get home, I'll put it in Excel, and then I'll transfer that information over into Word, onto an invoice, and then send it out.
Seems like quite a long process.
Yeah, it is, and sometimes the issue is I kind of forget.
Okay. So what kind of problems can you run into when you forget, let's say, how much time you spent with the client?
Well, there was a recent issue where one of the clients was time tracking, and I may have overestimated some hours.
Okay.
So that kind of, left a bad taste in his mouth.
So again, we're going to simplify and automate that process for you as well. So mobile app on FreshBooks, download that, but it just has, as you have it on the phone right now, or on the table right now, there's a time tracking section, you click that, and then hit start timer. That way you and your client both know when the time starts. And when the meeting is over, end timer, you both look at the phone, see what the time is at. Now there's no surprises, right? The positive for you is that you're never undervaluing your time. And then obviously the positive for your client is they're not getting overcharged. The cool thing about that as well is, remember how we were talking about invoicing? You can use that time tracking, it's going to go straight to your time tracking logs, but then you can also use that time tracked to create that invoice.
Oh, wow.
Automates the process again.
Okay.
All right, so we're simplifying and automating both your invoicing and your tracking. We're going to save you a lot of time.
Okay.
So how much time do you think you're saving, or how much time do you think you're spending right now estimating your time tracking and then doing all those invoices and working myself?
I would say on the invoicing side, because I come home and do it,
Yeah.
like 2-3 hours a week.
2-3 hours.
Yeah.
So on the top end, 12 hours a month.
Yeah.
And then what about your partners? You said you have about 2 of them.
Yeah, I've got 2. Yeah, they're pretty much as close as I am. I'd say.
Okay.
Yeah.
So on the top end, 36 hours a month that you guys are spending.
Yeah.
On average, FreshBooks can cut that in half for you.
Oh, wow.
So 16 hours extra each month to grow your business, or you guys figure out a way to spend it. How would you use that 16 hours actually?
Oh, consulting, the thing is that we're shooting customers away because we're so busy right now, right? So we'll probably build it back up.
Perfect. So we're going to simplify your process, automate your process. I'm going to give you some more times to build back out. Your partner, you said, he's not tech savvy?
No, so that's probably one of the big challenges I have right now. I've tried getting software set up with it before. He himself is, more traditionalist. That's why I've been doing it this way. So it'd be a bit of a challenge to get him started.
The good thing about FreshBooks is because all of our employees go through the customer service training before we actually start into our role, we're very good at customer service. In fact, we're an award-winning customer service team. And so what I'd like to do is, when you guys are ready to get started, I'll come in and I'll show you how to use the system. You can ask me any questions that you have, you can go through tutorials, you can practice sending me invoices, tracking your time. That way we can eliminate any of that worry of not being able to use the system. And then if you ever have any questions, you can just call straight into our telephone line and speak to a live person within 2 to 3 rings, and they'll be able to answer your questions.
2 or 3 rings?
Yeah, absolutely. Do you not believe me?
Well, call trees are there, right?
Give them a call. Call your phone right now. So call this number, 1-866 303 6061.
Okay.
2 to 3 rings.
2 or 3 rings. It's 2, Carter.
Here's 3.
Hi, thanks for calling FreshBooks. This is Jackie. How can I help?
Oh, hi Jackie. I was talking to one of your sales reps and thank you. I'll leave you alone. Thank you.
So like I said, we are made for small businesses, and so we understand that you're on the go, you need help, and so we want to make sure our customer service team is there to help you whenever you need.
That is one thing that I really appreciate. I think he'll really love that.
Good. So we're going to automate your process. We're going to save you some time. We're giving you that time back. So $100 an hour you're billing out. We're going to save you 16 hours a month. That's 1,600 that you can recuperate in billable hours, right? FreshBooks costs you $50 a month to use.
Yeah, I think the ROI is there. I'm just worried about that, one person, but if you can tell me the customer service is good as it is, I think we're okay.
Yeah, and I mean, you'll see it for yourself.
Yeah.
So we are a little bit short of time, and I know you want to get to your next meeting.
Yes.
So
Oh, completely forgot about that, yeah.
why don't we set up a meeting for next week? That way I can show you the process, get you guys set up on FreshBooks, and then if you have any questions, you can ask me there.
I'm okay with that, yeah.
Thursday at 3 work?
You know what? I will make it work.
Perfect. And make sure your partners are there so I can show them as well.
Yes, for sure.
Okay, thanks a lot, Rich.